Hello and welcome to Man's Model Moments. Now recently I mentioned I had a bit of a surprise in store for you, and I'm excited to say that this is it. Now some of you will recognise the bright orange parcel below as coming from Temu. That's because Temu reached out to me about promoting their app for modelling supplies, which is not what they're typically known for. I was a little sceptical at first, but Temu have put their money where their mouth is, gave me £120 of credit, and let me buy whatever modelling related items I wanted to review. I accepted and ordered the items I'm going to show you now. Not only that, but they've given me a set of codes for you guys to use and get some really good deals, one of which is a pretty amazing bargain, which I'll come to at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, whilst watching me unpack these various items, it's a great time to download the Temu app using the QR code on screen or in the link in the video description to be able to take advantage of these offers. So the first thing I ordered was a little bit frivolous, but it's actually something I've wanted for a while, but it's always been in the very low priority, nice to have category. That is this cute little desktop mini vacuum at the princely sum of £4.95. This seemed like the perfect opportunity to get one and try it. It comes with a set of instructions, but let's face it, it's got one job and it's not terribly complicated, so let's just have a look. It's a compact little handheld unit with these little brushes on the bottom, and surprisingly it does come ready charged so you can use it right out of the box. It comes with one of the world's shortest USB leads, but the recharge port is a standard micro USB connector. So I imagine you probably don't need this one anyway, and can repurpose it for something that you don't want great long leads all over the place for, like connecting something to a laptop for instance. It also has a little cleaning brush for the internal filter, and an attachment for spot cleaning for difficult to reach places. As I mentioned, it's hardly an essential, but better than sweeping plastic shavings onto the floor. An item I was surprised to see on Temu was this display sanding set, priced here at £11.49. I have this exact set already, so I got this as a sort of benchmark to see if it was genuine. As you can see, it absolutely is. For those of you who haven't seen these sets before, they are fantastic, covering sanding grades from 180 up to 800, all contained in this handy reusable container. You get 6 foam-backed sanding sticks of each grade, 2 in each thickness, and colour-coded for the grade. They do this set, and one which covers fine grades from 1000 to 2500. They're usually around the £15 to £18 price point, which makes these a good buy here. Next up is this micro sander kit for £7.82. Now this is a no-name brand generic set with a really low price, which obviously makes you think of poor quality, but I thought it would be a really good comparison to the display set. So to start with, it comes with this little sanding holder, which is made of that high density foam that is rigid but has a little flex to it, and a velcro foot. It's a good size and fits nicely in the hand. Taking out all the sandpaper and sorting it, you get 80 and 120 grits, which are more suited to DIY projects, but then you have grades 180 through to 800, and you get 10 small sheets of each. So let's just do a direct comparison with the display set. paper has a soft backing that the handle holds really securely, but is easily removable. Once on, you have a really good firm grip, and overall it looks really good. You also get more grades and more sheets per grade than the display set, and if we do a direct side to side here, these sheets are slightly larger than the display set, making this fantastic value. I've also used this a lot on the XB70 build and it's proved invaluable. Now I'm a bit of a sucker for a pair of model nippers, and these ones for $11.99 caught my eye as they claim to be single bladed, which for that price is very affordable. These do appear to be made specifically for modelling if the packaging is anything to go by. And I wasn't familiar with Ruitool before getting these, but they are a Japanese company and these are indeed single bladed model nippers. They sit nicely in the hand and have a good action, but the proof is in their use. So let's cut some plastic. These do say they have a size limit of 3mm, so this sprue frame is about their limit. They do cut very smoothly, however, and the cut edges are what you'd expect from a single-bladed nipper. They're certainly better than my AK single-bladed nippers, which were about this price, but not as nice as my higher-end nippers. They're definitely a good upgrade from any double-bladed nippers, and a solid purchase at this price. Now I've talked about cheap airbrushes before and how they absolutely have a place in modelling, and this is the cheapest one I've found to date. That is reflected in the packaging, which looks like something you'd see in a bargain store, but let's see what's inside. These are available in several colours and seem to be aimed more at the nail market because of that. My girlfriend actually chose the red one here as that's her favourite colour. The set comes with instructions both inside and outside the box, which appear mostly the same, but as with most of these brushes they are fairly generic and don't really give much information outside of the general construction of the brush. This particular model is a 0.4mm nozzle, so on the slightly larger side of things. This does, however, have some surprising features for such a cheap unit. Firstly, it comes with a quick change adapter, which is something much more expensive brushes often omit. Secondly, it has a removable cup, which is good for cleaning. That removable cup also has a lid which is very firmly attached. Because it has an internal seal. Again, something you don't often see on a cheap airbrush. The actual construction of the brush is very straightforward and pretty standard, though the red colour is quite attractive, and having different colours for airbrushes is actually not a bad idea, as you can easily dedicate one for varnish or lacquers, etc., without accidentally mixing it up with the one that you use for aqueous paints, for example. quality of machining and construction overall seems pretty good, though the real test will be in using it of course, but the initial impression here is impressive for the price. The penultimate purchase I made here was this paintbrush set for just over £3. Now there are loads of paintbrush sets on Temu, and this one is aimed more at artists than modelers, but they do have the rather amusing name of Lonely Finger. Taking them out of the packaging, they seem decently made, and they have pretty soft bristles. Now the largest brushes are probably only suitable for either dusting your models or for terrain painting, but the mid-sized flat brushes are going to be very useful for brush painters and also for dry brushing. As these brushes are so cheap, you can feel free to abuse them, cutting the bristles if you want a different shape, for stippling and so on. For £3 I think they'll be good value in the long run, even if I only ever use them for cleaning models and DIY to be honest. You're not exactly risking a lot. Now on to la pièce de la résistance, and what I'm excited to share with you today. This is the Border Models 1/35th scale Nakajima Kate, which was around £66. This is a little cheaper than the £70 mark that it's generally available for in the UK, but Temu have given me an offer code here, which means if you download the app using the QR code here, you can get it for just £17.31, which is amazing value. I'll keep the QR code here on screen whilst I'll give you a brief view of what's in the box, but I do also have a full unboxing video of this kit which I'll link here too. So the first thing to say about this kit is that the box it was in did get crushed on one side in shipping, but thanks to Border Models' incredibly strong box, nothing inside was damaged, which is testament to why I always rate a kit's box in any review that I do. Inside the box is pretty much full of plastic. You get a large number of individually bagged frames, the only exception being the 3 frames in one bag for the main weapon load. This of course includes the transparency frame, giving a total of 9 bags of plastic. Underneath that treasure trove you have the large separately bagged decal sheet, which also has the small photo etch fret in. Those are mainly seat belts, many of you will be pleased to hear. Last in the box is the rather attractive instruction booklet, with the box art reproduced in full colour. So that's my surprise Temu haul. Temu did sponsor this video and provide all of these products for free, but I've given you my honest appraisal as always of these products, and I'll come back and have a deeper look at some of them in the future. Now this is just a small sample of the modelling supplies and kits that are on Temu, and I tried to choose things that would be most relevant to you guys, but there are things like basing tufts, scenic materials, paint mixers, and all sorts of other bits depending on where your interests lie. If that does pique your interest, and you're interested in getting a £100 bundle code as well, you can download the Temu app through my link here, or just search for the code DPY3236. There's also a link in the video description below. If you're a new Temu user, you can get the Nakajima Kate I showed here for just £17.31, plus one of your other picks for under £1, which should set you up for saving a bit off your modelling budget for the rest of the summer. Anyway, my thanks to Temu for all of this, and be sure to check out my unboxing of the Border Models Nakajima Kate to see exactly what you get in the kit. It's a lot of model. That's all for this instalment of Man's Model Moments. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel for more like it, and share this video with others you think would also enjoy it. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and if you're feeling generous then I also have a Patreon, which is absolutely the best way of helping me to grow the channel and produce more content like this. With that, I hope you have plenty of modelling moments of your own, and I look forward to welcoming you on the next video.